Good morning, students of class 6. Today we will start chapter number 2 in science, and its name is Components of our Food. As we all know that food is the basic requirement of all living beings. Plants make their own food, therefore they are called autotrophs, while animals, human beings, we depend directly or indirectly on plants. We need food because food gives us energy. Body needs food to grow and heal injured parts. Food keeps the body healthy and helps it to fight against diseases. Nature provides us with a variety of food items. Different kinds of food contain different types of nutrients. These nutrients are needed for the growth, maintenance, and repair of the body. The nutrients required by the human body are: our body needs 5 types of nutrients, and these nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Carbohydrates for energy, fats for energy and warmth. Proteins for repairing of injured part, for growth and repair. Proteins for growth and repair. Vitamins for health, and minerals for growth and health. These are the work of nutrients. Now we will discuss the sources of these nutrients in our food. Carbohydrates provide us energy. Carbohydrates are present in the food items that we obtain from plants. For example, rice, wheat, maize, potatoes, sugar canes, sweet potatoes, milk, and leafy vegetables. These contain carbohydrates. Now, fats are also energy giving, and they also keep our body warm. They are present in plant and animal food products. Edible oils. Edible means that we can eat, that can be eaten. Edible oils from plants such as coconut, groundnut, and sunflower contains fats. Milk, cream, ghee, and butter are rich in fats. Eggs, fish, meat, groundnuts, cashew nuts, almonds, and walnuts. These are also contains fats. Next one is proteins that are required for the growth of our body and for the repair of injured tissues in our body. Milk, cheese, meat, fish, eggs, nuts, pulses, and edible mushrooms are rich in proteins. Peas, beans, and grams are example of pulses. Protein help the body to grow. They also help repair, for the repairing of the injured and worn out parts of the body. Next one is vitamins. These are for the health. Vitamins are essential for growth, to keep the body healthy, and to fight against diseases. The human body needs vitamin A, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, vitamin D, and vitamin E and K. Now, let's And last one is minerals. Minerals also required in small amount. Vitamins and minerals both are required in small amount. And minerals are also for growth and health. Minerals are needed for growth and health of our body. The body needs small quantities of certain minerals. They are obtained from various kinds of food items. Now we will discuss vitamins, their function and the foods they can be obtained from. Vitamins, their functions and sources of food. Vitamins. Vitamin A. And what is the function of vitamin A in our body? It keeps our eyes and skin healthy. What are the sources? How can we obtain the vitamin A? From which type of food? There are many sources. Carrot, green leafy vegetables, pumpkin, papaya, ripe mango, tomato, liver, egg, fish, butter. There are many sources, but I have written here only some. Next one is vitamin B. Vitamin B keeps muscles, brain and nerves healthy. It helps in making red blood cells, and the sources are whole grain, nuts, gram, moong, milk, curd, liver, meat, fish, spinach, etc. Third one is vitamin C. It keeps gums and skin healthy. It helps to heal cuts, to recover the cuts. It builds immunity. Vitamin C increases our immunity. That means the ability to fight against diseases. What are the sources of vitamin C? Fresh lemon, orange, tomato, spinach, gooseberry, sweet lime, etc. Last one is vitamin D. It makes our bones and teeth strong and healthy. And its sources are fish, eggs, liver, oil, some mushroom, and the huge, large natural source on the earth is the sun. The light that obtained from sun is a good source of vitamin D. Next we will discuss about some minerals. Minerals needed by body are: first one is calcium. It makes our bones and teeth strong. Sources of calcium: milk, cheese, curd, ragi, green leafy vegetables and soya beans are rich in calcium. Second one is iron. It helps our body to make red blood cells. That is also known as RBC. Sources of iron: green leafy vegetables, whole wheat, pulses, apples, nuts, fish, liver and meat are good sources of iron. Third one is potassium. Potassium helps to keep the muscles, brain and nerves healthy. What are the sources of potassium? The sources are tomatoes, green leafy vegetables, dates, jaggery, beans, fruits and fish. And the last one is iodine. It is needed for the proper growth of our body. The sources are, it can be obtained from fish, shellfish, edible marine algae, vegetables and fruits grown in the coastal regions, as well as from the iodized soil. Besides these nutrients, our body also need large amount of water and fiber. So now we will discuss about some points related to fiber and water. Next one is fiber. Although fiber fiber does not provide any nutrients to the body. It should form a part of our daily diet. We do not get any type of nutrient from fiber, but still it is very necessary part for our body because it helps in removing waste material from the digestive system to out of the body. It keeps our digestion in a good condition. All fresh vegetables and fruits are rich in fiber. Next one is water. The human body is made up of about 70% water. Water is needed for the proper functioning of the body. The body loses water as urine and sweat. The air we breathe out contains water in the form of vapor. This is why the body needs a regular supply of water. We must drink sufficient clean water to remain healthy. We need water because there are various functions of water. It helps in the digestion of our body. It helps in the transportation of our food. It maintains body temperature. It helps in cleaning blood by forming urine. It is a major component of the blood and every cell. So these are the work of fiber and water. Next we discuss about balanced diet. Next one is balanced diet. All of us eat daily meal. It should contain all the nutrients in a proper amount, fixed proportion. So we can describe it as the daily intake of food which contains all the necessary nutrients in the right quantities is called a balanced diet. That means balanced diet should contain carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water and fiber, that is also known as roughage, in a right amount. A balanced diet ensures proper growth of the body and keep our body healthy. Now we will discuss the condition of overweight and underweight. Overweight and underweight. By eating too much, a person takes in more nutrients than the body requires. If we eat more food, then our body will gain more amount of energy than it requires. Then in this case, the body is stored. It saves the excess amount of nutrient in the form of fat and gains weight, increase the weight. This condition is called overweight. When it will be very increase in the weight, then this condition is overweight. And overweight people are at a risk of developing a disease that may be heart disease and diabetes. Next is condition of underweight. By eating too little amount of meal, our body will not gain the proper nutrients that it requires. In this case, a person who eats too less for a long period of time will be underweight and become weak. Thus, both conditions, whether it is overweight and underweight, it harms the person's health. Next study is malnutrition. Malnutrition occurs when the body does not get proper amount of all the nutrients in food. poor eating habits or lack of food leads to the condition that is known as malnutrition. Malnourished children are prone to illness. When the daily diet of a child below the age of 2 years does not contain carbohydrates, fats and proteins, it leads to a condition that is known as protein energy malnutrition. Such a child does not gain weight and is weak. Arms and legs appear as skin and bones. The child is not active, looks dull and falls sick often. In the next study, we will discuss deficiency diseases. What are deficiency diseases? These are the diseases that are caused due to the lack of nutrients in our body, due to the lack of vitamins, minerals, proteins. Now we will discuss about some deficiency diseases that are due to the lack of vitamins and minerals in our body. First is night blindness. What are the symptoms of night blindness? How can we detect, how can we judge that a person is suffering from a night blindness? The symptoms are the person cannot see clearly in dim light. This is the condition that our eye cannot see in the dim light very clearly. So we can detect that it may be a case of night blindness. And what is the reason, what is the cause, how it occurs? This is due to the lack of, the deficiency of vitamin A. When we not eat the food which are rich in vitamin A, then we will suffer from a disease, and this deficiency disease is called night blindness. And in this case, we have to consume, we have to eat food that is rich in vitamin A, such as carrot, papayas, pumpkins, leafy vegetables such as spinach, liver and fish. Second one is rickets. In this condition, symptoms of this disease is the bones become soft and twisted. And this is caused due to the deficiency or due to the lack of vitamin D and calcium in our body. And what are the sources? How can we prevent this disease? Daily diet should include milk and food items rich in vitamin D. Children should be exposed to morning sunlight, as vitamin D is made by the skin when the body is exposed to sunlight, because sun is the only natural source and the huge source on this earth that from which we can obtain a vitamin D. Next, we will discuss about goiter. Third one is goiter. Its symptoms: enlargement of the thyroid gland. Enlargement means increase in the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is a gland that is present in the neck region. You can see the example of this here. A person suffering from goiter. It is a thyroid gland, and enlargement means increase in this gland. A child suffering from iodine deficiency remains extremely short. This leads to the dwarfism. Iodine deficiency also leads to poor performance in school-going children. And what is the cause for goiter? Deficiency of iodine causes goiter. Prevention. How can we prevent? Iodized salt and food items rich in iodine such as fish, boiled egg, banana and baked potato should be included in the diet. Next one is fourth one, that is scurvy. And its symptoms are swollen or bleeding of gums, as our teeth are situated in gums. In this condition, if we suffer from scurvy, then the gums will be in the swelling condition and bleeding. Blood also comes from the gums. And one more thing, wounds that may fail to heal are some of the common symptoms. That means if we will be injured, then our wound would not cover very fast. It takes a long time. So it is also due to the deficiency of vitamin C. Scurvy is caused due to deficiency of vitamin C. What are the sources? How can we prevent scurvy? Regular intake of fresh limes, sweet limes, oranges, vegetables and germinated pulses helps in preventing scurvy. Last one is anemia. And what are the symptoms of anemia? A yellowish skin, a pale skin, dark patches below the eyes, less hemoglobin in the blood, frequent headache, and this condition may further be worsened by warm infections and malaria. This is caused due to the deficiency of iron in our body. And how can we prevent it? We can prevent it by including iron-rich food items in the daily diet, such as leafy vegetables, pulses, cereals, meat, fish, liver. Prevention of bone infection is very important in the treatment of anemia. So, by this we have completed our chapter. Thank you, class.